Hello and welcome to a new episode of Product and Cake. Today we will start with a shocking personal story I just learned about, and I was really shocked and I thought we can't record, but everything turned out to the better. Here with me in the studio is Ghonche. Hi Ghonche.
Hello, Paul. How's it going?
On my side, all is good, beside the small heart attack you just gave me.
I'm sorry.
What happened?
Imagine how I felt. How I felt. So I was doing a little bit of shopping therapy, but not really. I was just online looking at some items, and then suddenly I got a message on my phone that euros have been successfully processed, and I was like, "What? Where?" To be honest, first I thought I finished a project recently, and first I thought they paid me for the project, and I was like, "Oh, I got the money." But then I looked and it was like process. Money went out of my account. Then I was like, I did not press buy accidentally on the items that I was looking on the internet. What happened? I dug a little bit deeper and then I saw that it is Australian dollars that have been deducted. And we are in Berlin. I haven't been to Australia. And I Googled the name of the merchant that the bank said that it has deducted money, and I could not find anything. So I immediately contacted the bank support. I have been fallen victim of a bank fraud, it seems. I really don't know what it is. It's a bank fraud or it's like identity theft or whatever, but it seems that my bank card was used fraudulently.
Oh shit, what a horrible thing. I mean, nowadays so much things depends on our bank accounts and on online connections and everything, so it's difficult and really not something you want to experience.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it is my main bank account, so I need to pay rent with that. My salary goes there. And I was really, really stressed out. And I was like, okay, all of my money in this account is gone. And I was really stressed. But then I reached out to so first of all, in the product, there was a button that I could immediately dispute the payment. So I immediately did that. And I was surprised how easy it was and how accessible it was. I know that probably it is one of the main features that you have as a bank that people could dispute. Maybe, I don't know. I've never worked in the bank industry. But it was really easy to find. And even though I was really, really stressed, I could spot it. And then the process was also very easy and fast. And the customer support also immediately after reached out to me. They did not necessarily have any updates that, oh, we have found that yes, it was not you and you get your money back immediately. No, that was not the case, unfortunately. I wish it was. But they just reached out and say, hey, we know this is a stressful situation. Please be calm. Your bank account is fine. It is just your card that has been compromised. So please break your card, toss it out, and we have already ordered you a new card. It will be in mail soon. And don't worry, we are on it. We will make sure everything is taken care of. And you can still continue to use your bank account, but not with your card for a while.
And please put some money on it because it's empty.
Yeah. Well, they did not say that, but I should have asked them to put money on it because it is empty.
How should I use my bank account without any cash on it?
Yeah, exactly.
One thing that really grabbed my attention, you mentioned in our previous conversation, was this product experience of what you just described, that they calm you down, and they also mentioned that you don't need to remember anything and they will put together a document for you.
Exactly. That was really interesting. So the customer support that reached out to me sent a very long message that, oh, these are the steps that you need to take. First step, do this. Second step, do this. Third, da. And I was really, with all the emotions and the stress and like being out of money suddenly, I I really was worried that, okay, what is this, and I need to remember it. And then he mentioned, hey, you do not need to remember any of these items that I mentioned. It's just for you to read, and I have put all of this in this document for you. You can go read it here.
Awesome.
You will have access to this forever. Just look at this document every time that you need to remember these steps.
Let us jump into that one. Not the document, but
Yeah.
the reason why the document is there. I think this is a super interesting topic, and I would like to discuss with you more. What can I do inside a product tech team on prepare for fraudsters, or how much risk management I should do? How can I be prepared and make sure that our users are still with us, even though shit happens?
Yeah. So I think especially these moments, are what makes or breaks a relationship. If everything is good and always smells like flowers and the relationship is always smooth sailing, there is no issue that the customers also become either extremely loyal to you, or will leave you. Everything is normal and good. But I think these situations like this, and how the product and the company behaves in these situations, are what turns a very good customer into either a very loyal customer that becomes a NPS 10, or a customer that churns and leaves and also shares information on the social media, etc., about how horrible experience was with the platform. And
Yeah.
I think it has 3 steps or 3 aspects. One is how you prepare before. What are the security measures that you have placed before an event, a trust and safety event or a fraud event in this scenario? But I would consider all of these as part of trust and safety. So fraud, scam, etc., all can be part of the online world that we are living in. So first, it is how you prep beforehand. What you need to do before for the users to make sure that nothing happens. Second is, what will you do during these emergency situations or moments of moments that the user is afraid. How would you treat that situation, and how would you treat it afterwards? How would you recover from that? So in this scenario, I think what they prepped very well was made sure that for sure, there are a lot of security measures in the banking system. Again, I'm not familiar with that industry, so I don't know what goes in there, but I'm sure a lot of things goes in there. But in the product that I use, we do use a lot of AI, a lot of machine learning to make sure that we are tracking a fraudulent activity even before it occurs, and we try to stop it or try to limit it. So in this scenario, for example, they could have emptied everything, which almost they did in this case. But if I had much more money in my bank account, if I had maybe 20K in my bank account, and there is a limit, there is a cap of how much by card you can pay without the physical card, for example, that is a security measure that they've prepped beforehand. So they couldn't have necessarily emptied the whole 20,000, which in
So
this
for sure,
scenario was,
for
yeah,
sure, the
sorry.
bank industry is very much prepared, right? I mean, that
Yeah.
should be one of the major things you are taking care of. But it is so easy in other teams to say, yeah, come on, our stupid product that is used by just a few thousands of people, what should happen? We don't need to care about that. And I think this is definitely not right, because in this stage you described, in the preparation stage, you can do a lot. And for me, everything starts with the team itself. If
Yeah.
you are able to create an environment of trust and transparency, and everyone is allowed to talk about what they fear or what they discovered, be it with phishing attacks on your company account, and you work with a team where you can just say, hey, I received this email. Did you also receive something like that? Or can you quickly help me on that?
Mhm.
This is so important because however your team behaves and also how your company is structured have obviously direct impact into how your product is visible and how your product is experienced outside. So
Yeah,
this is for
yeah,
me
I
the very,
completely
very
agree.
first step.
Yeah, exactly. And also, one thing we discussed quickly right before we pressed the record button was usually the trust and safety teams in companies do a lot of work that goes unnoticed, because if you notice that, oh, trust and safety is a lot of news around trust and safety, then there has been some fraudulent account, there has been some pre-work that might not have gone very well. So when they are doing extremely well, you do not notice anything. It is smooth sailing. And I also would say maybe here to celebrate your trust and safety teams in the company, because they are doing the groundwork that allows a lot of things to go unnoticed, to be dealt with already before it even happens.
Hopefully, there's one more team that is really covering your back, and that is the IT team, right? To make your computer you are working with and your whole company infrastructure safe
Yeah.
and protect against any attacks. This is also goes directly next to the trust and safety team that is only called and recognized if something dramatically bad happened. And you
Yeah,
should be
exactly.
really aware. Two things. Everyone in the company should know what they are doing and that they are basically enabling you to work. Because if your computer is not working, it would be difficult in our industry to do anything. And the other thing is, from the perspective of the IT teams, I think it is super important to find a communication style that explains that we are here to protect you, right? And
Yeah.
we are not here to put another policy on your computer that is super, super annoying because you need to change your password every day 2 times with 20 characters. I mean, that's maybe too far, but the general communication to say, hey, we are here to protect you, and we are in this crazy world of fraudsters and attacks from all over the world together, and we can do something first for us and then next one for our users.
Yeah, exactly. So shout out to to all the team members in all the
So,
companies who work in trust and safety, in IT, in infra. So thank you for all your hard work that usually goes unnoticed. Yeah.
yes.
And going to the second step would be how you react and how you support during these moments for the users. So in this example for me today, the customer support team did not have any updates for me necessarily. They did not share any additional information, but they reached out nonetheless. And they reached out just to make sure that I am calm and I feel supported. They did not do anything. Like, nothing they shared was new. They shared all of them with a chatbot or with the email that they sent immediately after I disputed. But a human reached out and said, "Hey, I just saw this. Just wanted to tell you that we are here. We will take care of it. No worries." And that already calmed me down. That already was the reason that I could come here and tell you this story. And that's already the reason that we could record this episode, because I was not occupied. I was not overly stressed about that, because I know that, or at least I believe to for now, that I will get my money back. The bank is going to take care of that.
And I think Podcastle is using my credit card. So we still have our subscription.
True.
Yeah, but what you are saying is totally valid. And the customer support team, or the customer success team, however you want to call it, is the next team that is so easily forgotten, and where it is so so important in your organizational structure to put them into a central place, right? To give them the tools to calm down your users, and also the tools to find valuable things and provide valuable things, and be it a Word document or Google document that could be put together and just sent to the user, whatever is needed. But having, again, an open and transparent exchange to make sure to know what they need to make your users happy.
Yeah, exactly. And it goes a little bit also back and forth between the prep work and then the moment of the issue, that a lot of the companies have already trained, have very clear training and response guidelines that, okay, if the user reaches out with these points, immediately have this action. If this happens, have this action. So all of the customer support team members, all of the key account managers go through these trainings to be very well prepared, to have all the toolkits to be able to respond. And of course, having already a safe work environment for all of them, having wages that are not so the issue is that I see in some companies is that the wages that they have for customer support and maybe someone who is in the development role varies very, very differently. And they are not also treated the same way. They consider customer support as a not necessarily one of the most important things in the company, which in my opinion it is, and it needs to be treated to some extent the same way. It is a skill-based job. Yes, the skills might not necessarily be coding. My skills are also not necessarily coding. Their skills is how to be able to be there in these circumstances for their users as well.
Mine is coding, and I want to think about what tools can we develop? Can we develop to enable them to be more helpful, to be also more human?
Yeah, I think first of all, data really helps that they will. So I think in this scenario, the customer support team was notified very, very fast, and they were able to get back to me very fast. So maybe this was already a I don't know what tool they are using in the backend to be notified, but maybe this already got a high priority and went on top of the list of their item because it was really, really fast response. And
Yeah,
I'm sure there is a lot of users that reach out to customer support for a lot of reasons.
for sure.
And also during this second step, that how to support the user, especially in the fraud cases and trust and safety issues, it is extremely important to break the taboo of the topic and react head on and say, yes, it was a fraud. Yes, this can be a fraud situation, instead of pushing it under the rug and say, oh, no, we do not have any fraudster on our platform. No, we do, and we are dealing with it. And the way that you can also ensure that your users are trained and they are aware of what to look out for.
Right. And a super important saying is difficult situations make relationships, right? You should
Exactly.
always treat that as a chance that you have someone who's emotionally super, super open. And if you, in that case, are the right partner and the helping hand to get the person out of that emotional state, you have very, very good chances to build a relationship that lasts long.
Yeah.
And about the third step, I would say we listen in one of the following episodes, because we still need to wait until your case is closed, right?
Yes. We will wait and see how they treated this scenario after it got over or after some days. And we also will take a look at some other examples in the market. I know Paul also has some examples of different phishing attacks, and we will also report back on those and see how they were dealt with
Right. And
after the fact.
if you are working in customer support or in any other unheard function in your company, reach out to us, and we are very happy to welcome you as a guest to dive deeper into these topics. Also, don't forget to subscribe and to recommend it to your friends, because we have already a super great list on next guests, and also
Whoop, whoop.
Lukasz is super keen and continue our last conversation about how to start
Nice.
something new. Looking forward to that one. So don't forget to subscribe and
And we're also on YouTube, so please subscribe on YouTube so we can get one of these CDs that are platinum.
yeah, nice. Hit the bell, or what do they say always in YouTube? I don't know. I getting old.
Subscribe, press the like button, press a thumbs up, and hit the bell. Yeah,
And
please tell us what you've thought of this episode and recommend this to your friends, colleagues, etc.
have a beautiful day. See you next time.
Bye.